Last night I got a surprise. I won Transformers Battlegrounds. Now, I recently did a video where I talked about all things Transformers, including this game. It's for Nintendo Switch and PS4 and I think Xbox. And I won it for the Nintendo Switch. And I wanted to shout out to at Next Gen Player on Twitter who held this contest, and he's a reviewer for Best Buy and numerous outlets. Great guy. And he had this contest to win Transformers Battlegrounds. I entered. I did not think I'd win, and I just got a shock last night. I was like, "Wow," you know. And and I was like, "Well, wow, this is great. I've wanted to play this game, and I hope it's good." And so these are my first impressions of the game. I completed Act One of of the game, so that's the first little part of the game, and it's not very far into the game. And I've only got three Transformers so far: Bumblebee, Windblade, and Grimlock, the dinosaur. I'm not too familiar with Windblade, but uh, Bumblebee and of course Grimlock are two favorites. And so, especially Grimlock, and it's great to see him. And the graphics on the game, I think, are very nice. They're cartoony, which I think is very appropriate. And they're not like, I mean, I'm sure the game is probably, I don't know, it's probably a game that you'd see maybe early PS3, maybe, or maybe more like the Wii, something you might have seen on the Wii, maybe. Uh, but I like the graphics though, and I think that plus for me the main thing so far is the strategy gameplay. The game is a strategy game like if you played XCOM or Mario Rabbids, it's that kind of strategy game where you have sort of this arrow and you have like a certain amount of space that you can move your Autobot. And so, and then you have special moves and you can pick which move you want to use against the enemy and they can transform for special attacks. And so far I'm playing it on easy, and it's not super easy. Uh, you know, it's got some challenge to it. I have died some. Maybe I'm just not very good at it. you know, but I mean, you have to move and use cover and figure out which attack to use on which bad guy. And there's some bad guys like Starscream and Soundwave so far, which is cool. And but the enemies, like the generic Decepticons that you fight, are very generic. There's no really big um, change in their design from, you know. So, I mean, there's probably things you can nitpick about the game. I would think, but I think the gameplay so far is interesting. The graphics are neat. I hope there's more variety, like in some other stages of like environments you can play in. Um, the voice acting, no, not so far. I mean, I think Bumblebee is okay. I mean, I should be like, okay, it's got voice acting, which is kind of neat. Um, but you, as a Transformers fan, you get used to everybody sounding a certain way. So when they don't sound that way, you kind of go, oh no. Which, like Starscream, uh, doesn't sound very Starscream like. Um, maybe a little bit, but not annoying enough. His voice isn't, it's not annoying enough. Um, and Soundwave just sounds totally off. Windblade, like I said, I'm not familiar with Windblade, so I don't know. Grimlock definitely doesn't sound like Grimlock. Um, I haven't seen Optimus Prime yet, so I don't know if they got Optimus right. I hope so. Um, but I mean, I think it's an interesting game, and it's, you know, I don't think it's the kind of game that I would have like spent money on, like, um, unless it was like super cheap, or if I played like the demo and I thought, oh, this is neat. Um, but to win it, to actually win the game and to be able to play it now, and it's really cool, and it certainly made my yesterday better, um, to get that. And I was having a not bad day anyway, and that kind of like, wow. I mean, so you should definitely follow at Next Gen Player on Twitter, and I'll include a link in the description to his, to his Twitter, and definitely follow him because he's a good reviewer and a good guy. And who knows, maybe they will do another contest where you'll be the one that wins next time. Um, but that's my first impressions of Transformers Battlegrounds. I'm gonna play it some more. I'll probably do another video about this again, and I'll definitely, I think, do an article at GameReviews.com when I have time. So please keep an eye out for that. And Transformers Battlegrounds is now available on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and I think there's a physical version of it too. I'm not sure, but it's definitely on the eShop. So if you're into Transformers, if you're into strategy games, maybe it's something you might want to check out. I don't know yet for sure. I will let you know my ultimate opinion of Transformers Battlegrounds. Thank you for watching. Bye.